I think we need to be healed before getting into a relationship with someone. And when I mean healed, I mean dealing with your trauma, going to therapy, figuring out your woes, the heck is wrong with you, stuff like that. So you can know, your ticks and triggers, and also know, boundaries. Do you have boundaries? Are you okay with other people having boundaries? I think it's very important to have some healing before you take your trauma and take it to someone else. Now this post says something a little different. It's an unpopular opinion from someone, and he says you can heal yourself while being in a relationship. The right person will be there and support you and help you heal. You don't have to be single to heal. You don't have to be fully healed to deserve a great relationship. The right partner will walk beside you, not wait for you to be perfect. Healing isn't a prerequisite for love, it's a process that can happen within it. You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. Somebody said, probably popular opinion. Many of you, however, should absolutely be single, depending on what it is you're healing from and what that trauma is. All you'll do is drain good people who are not here to be your punching bag or therapist, especially those of you who are chronic relationship hoppers and have never spent more than a couple months alone with yourself. Whatever you're looking, whatever you're looking for will not be found in a relationship. Woo, she ate that. Somebody said, but at least my relationships last long. Unaware X. Um, okay, so I must say, like, I've dealt with broken people and I've been a broken person. I feel like as a broken person, personally, you could really only attract another broken person most times. I mean, we do live in a world full of demons and angels. You know what I mean? Angels, very few far and in between. A lot of people tend to be on the demonic side, especially in 2025. And a lot of them are out to get you. A lot of them will use their pain and whatever they've been through and their hurt to be able to take it out on you. If you're a good person, you'll give that person excuses. You'll give them excuses. Oh, they love me. They love me. That I'll just be walking into the punches and stuff. Stuff like that. But I've had, no, I'm serious. I've had my time where I have, the broken me anyway, has been so understanding of people and their things that they have going on. And then I let them in, and a lot of people are users. A lot of people want you to have sympathy for them and compassion for them. And they'll tell you really their life story just so you can be like, oh, okay, this is why this person treats me wrong. This is why, you know, blase, blase, blah, you know. But I'm not a punch bag. I'm not your therapist. You need to go see one. Like, if we're working on each other, like, let's work on positive things like building businesses, building each other up. It's one thing to be there for somebody, like, especially if y'all like are already together and then they go through something. Okay, stick with me through that. If I'm going through something, because of course people go through stuff. It's life. Like, no one's gonna be healed 24/7. No one's gonna be always okay 24/7. But you just have to have a little bit of discernment, because some of you guys are still hurting from the girl that broke up with you in seventh grade. Some of you are still harping on the fact that your father wasn't there, your mother wasn't there, the fact that I don't know, friends have done you wrong, your ex from when you were 21, you're still holding on to that trauma. And I can't pay for other people's mistakes I didn't do. What I have done is I have tried to, give everybody a clean slate. When they meet me, they're getting a clean slate. And it's up to them to F that up. And so a lot of times it gets effed up. So, I mean, regardless, you just don't want to I personally, I knew when I needed help, I need to do some fixing. I don't feel like dating, especially as a man. I think as a man, straight man, gay man, whatever, like, we have to really have our stuff together because, like, who wants to date a man who is feeling insecure or is feeling like they don't have it together? I mean, it really just causes a whole bunch of friction, and people take their insecurities out on you subconsciously. They do it. So yeah. Oh, see, oh, this one's a good one. She said, I think it's better to heal in solitude because healing is not linear. You could accidentally slip back into bad habits and wouldn't want to involve another innocent individual in that, to be honest. Everyone, wait, hold on. Where was this at? Everyone comes into a relationship with baggage. You could either trip over each other's stuff or unpack it together. It almost never works. Stop using people as rebounds and get over your ex. Okay. Sometimes wounds created in a relationship can only be healed in a relationship. I mean, if you find someone that can literally directly be opposite of who your your ex was, I guess they can make you trust again. Um, they can make you feel better, but it's going to be a fight to do that. Most of the time, it's a fight. And it's just if they're willing to go through that fight with you. I don't know, because a lot of people aren't. At this point, I'm 33. I just want peace. That's why I've been single for a long daggone time. Peace is hard to come by. It's hard to. It's like so crazy, but it's hard. It is hard. People don't like peace. They don't want peace. It's actually not so unpopular. Trauma therapists are emphasizing this often. Healthy relationships patterns can be learned best by being in a healthy relationship. You can heal yourself, but to be actively working on certain triggers and patterns, you need a training partner that can either be a close friend or a romantic partner. We learn those patterns from others, elders, and parents. We don't need to unlearn them the hard way, all alone by ourselves. No, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, we have our personal we have our personal problems, right? Like, we have our own personal problems. I think those need to be worked out. Like, if you have trauma that has nothing to do with your relationships, sometimes you have trauma that makes your relationship have trauma, right? I'm not a relationship guru because clearly I haven't been in one. But there's just certain things like I said, I don't want to take it into a relationship. Nah, I don't know. I mean, you can very much find someone else to like go through this stuff with, but like, is it going to be another failed relationship that you're going to have to like break up? Is this a growing relationship, or is it a lasting relationship? I guess I don't know, because I mean, relationships are, they could be a season, they could be forever, but a lot of times when we don't do our own work and we get into these situations, they end up being really seasonal because we don't even know ourselves a lot of times. If you know what I mean. We don't even know ourselves. We have to at least know ourselves and learn ourselves and then love ourselves. I think that's the most important thing that people are missing when they get into these relationships because they're looking for validation. They're looking for someone to care about them because no one else has. And they're also like, they're lacking it themselves. So they look for it in other people. But that's where we mess up most of the time. loving ourselves and standing up for ourselves and having boundaries with other people, like that's where we should start. Once you're in love with who you are to the point where no one can take that away, that's when I think it's best to start dating and being in a relationship with people. Somebody has a testimony on here. Literally experiencing this right now. Every cell in my body felt to chose him and not run as a defense mechanism, but also did much inner healing and self love development during my previous relationship. There was absolutely no way I'd settle again. Divine protection at its finest, and I'll continue to pray for it to reciprocate the safest space for my new love as well. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what matters. It really depends on what the person went through. Sometimes it's so much that they've experienced that they don't know how to properly receive things that they're asking for. And it can be draining, therefore, leading to the end of that relationship. Most healing should 100% be handled while you're single. So that way you weren't hurt people and they didn't do anything to you. And you're actually able to receive the love that you're looking and yearning for. Exactly. Exactly. This is really said from a wounded person. Sometimes people can't see past their own pain, and they're simply afraid of accepting support or love because of the fear of you hurting them further than they are now. Oh, sorry. Let me read that again. This is rarely said from the wounded person. Sometimes people can't see past their own pain, or they're simply afraid of accepting support or love because of the fear of you hurting them further than they are now. Now, I'll just end this subject there because I'll tell you that me being me, this handsome, fly, like personality on 10 guy, but not only all am I all of those things, I'm honest, um, I'm fun, I have a great time, and I'm loyal. And I can only really probably date one person at a time, which has been a downfall for me. Okay. Because, I mean, y'all know the game. But what I found was that I find a lot of people finding me out to be, or like thinking that I'm a joke. They think that I'm going to play with them. They think that I'm going to, play them first or whatnot. So they try to beat me to the punch most of the time. Um, but a lot of people come in, talking to me already insecure, especially when they're bringing up like old things that that I didn't even think about. Like I recently had someone, I sat and talked with them after they discussed that they liked me. And this is like months maybe after, we have been dealing with each other on a certain level. But what a certain level means. It means there's no like extra, no real dates. You're just hanging out. But then it's that thing where it's like, oh, hanging out isn't enough for the person. But when we first like started doing our thing, I was told I was gonna be on a roster. So that kind of put me in a space where I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna treat this like, it is what it is. We just hanging out. But then they started asking me for things or getting mad because I would stay the night or um whatnot. And it's like, well, a relationship isn't what you want. So I'm just doing just hanging out. um, but then when I asked, I was like, well, you put me on a roster when we first met. And so I mean, I'm okay with that because I personally don't think, find myself to be, I guess, ready for Like, that's just, I mean, I'm okay with what we doing. Like, what's the big issue? And this person brought up that I was Instagram, like we were following each other on Instagram for a certain period of time, and I never, or we had never talked, or I don't know. I don't. I guess I just understand. I guess the amount of time that we went following each other, but not actually engaging in anything, made him feel away. And so I was like, well, I mean, I had like, I wasn't, super Instagram, whatever, but I had like 7,000 people following me at the time. And it's like, how many people, not that many, but there's a lot of people that try to, talk to me or whatnot on there. Um, but for you to feel like that was the reason why you put me on a roster, it's just like, yeah, you came into this with insecurity about me already. People look at me and they like the idea of me. They want to have sex with me. But when I like come and I have intentions or whatever, it's weird for them. And I feel like people make up stuff all the time. But the insecurities is like something that I really run from, which is hard because once you're like insecure with me, or you say things like, you bring up people that don't even exist, it's just like big red flag because you're already insecure and you want me to be insecure. You're gonna take them insecurities out on me all the time. I don't go through that, you know. Absolutely not. Why is it so blurry? I feel like this is so blurry. Everything looks so clean, but me. Like, where is this focus? Like, it's not even focusing on me. It's focusing on my microphone. I mean, is this good? It's gonna get Sony. I don't know. I ain't feeling it. Hey, really trying to fuck up my recording. Hey, really trying to fuck up my recording. Okay, so I'm just gonna